Hello, I see somebody popped up. Can you hear me? You? Hey, Owen. How have you been? Well, I'm hoping that my connection stays good with all these towers being all messed up all over the place. I think it's just been a cycle week period. I am so drained today. The next week's gonna be even more crazy. Are you just trying to kill yourself? Like, my goodness, no. Maybe when I was younger, I could have done it, but that ain't happening. I sound old. Like, that ain't happening no more. But yeah, there's quite a few things happening in the next 2 weeks. I'm gonna go over the astrology stuff on Thursday though, since it's my astrology day. This is more like the week ahead for everybody, so we're probably gonna be seeing some different energies going on. I'm trying to decide if I want to do 3 or 4 piles because I think the energies are going to be so different. I should probably do 4. Oh, well, I can see you typing if that's any consolation. The new moon ones were pretty good as long as you're going along the right thing. There's a lot of good that can come from it. It's just really exhausting. Well, for me, anyways. I have not felt this tired in I don't know how long. I just want to sleep. I also went over the astrology in that too. It was like about 9 minutes of it. Just went over the transits and everything with it. But yeah, we're gonna have some interesting stuff coming up these next couple weeks, especially on the first with that Aries full moon coming in. Ooh, that's gonna be fun with this retrograde and Chiron and everything else, just wanting to have a party over there in Aries right now. But at least Saturn's going direct, I think the 29th, if I'm remembering right. I have to look at my notes. So we have that to look forward to. Oh, well, your connection will be better when you get home. I really hope you're not texting and driving because that's not good. Chiron's in Libra in your fifth house. Um, that means, well, either way, if it's in Libra, that means all the stuff in Aries is opposing you right now. You know, if you don't know what friggin' that house you're, but anyways, it's opposing the Mars retrograde, the Chiron, which is in retrograde, and then when that full moon hits on the first, it's going to be opposing your Libra too. So you're going to be feeling like a whole lot of shit. Hey, Ruby. But oh, you take the bus, okay. Yeah, no, I don't think it's on your side when it acts up. I just think the towers are, because there's so much work going on because of the fires. Like I know the electric company's been out and working on stuff like everywhere, and I know the towers have been messed up. So a lot of it is like I'm trying to stream through all of the issues going on too. So yeah, it'll get better once the stuff gets fixed, but because we have really good internet, but the signal's messed up because all the towers are just mm-mm. But yeah, Owen, you're gonna be doing some deep healing and stuff, and you're gonna be feeling really out of balance with your relationships with that going on. Like there's gonna be a lot of healing and pull with your relationships. So, fifth house Libra, your creativity house, your romance house. Oh man, that's really gonna be affecting you hardcore. But I'm gonna cry. Oh, when you get home, I will tell you so that way you don't miss it. Okay? I don't want you getting upset on the bus. I mean, you might start feeling it a little this week, but I really think the full moon is going to hit you really hard, though, Owen. Yeah, the fifth house is like romance, creativity, sexuality. And with Libra there, Libra rules relationships because, it's ruled by Venus. And the sister sign to Libra is Aries, which means that's the one that opposes it. So all of these planets in Aries are going to affect you. And the thing is, when we have a full moon, the moon is in Aries and the sun is going to be in Libra. So the sun's going to be in your fifth house. So it's going to be illuminating a whole lot of stuff in your fifth house. And it's really going to be pulling. Okay, there is a random person calling and leaving a phone message right now. Okay, that's nice. But what's going to happen is a lot of things dealing with, you have to be very careful because since the sun also deals with ego, that you don't let the negative side of ego start ruling over things because having all that opposition going on with the retrograde Aries, Mars, the Aries Chiron, and then the full moon, like you're going to start feeling it. Um, I feel like I'm just giving you a whole lot of information. You keep saying you come back. When you get home, I'm going to give you this information. Because everyone's going to know all about your fifth house before you can get here. But if you guys want, because this is dealing with next week's energy, the full moon isn't until the following week on the 1st. But you're going to be feeling the energy building up to that. But since this week, or today what I'm doing is to pick a card for this coming up week's energy or advice that comes through. Um, I feel like there's a lot of different energies that are going to be pulling on different people. I'm going to do 4 piles today instead of 3 because I'm just feeling like there needs to be, and of course, if you pick more than one, you needed to hear more. But like I know myself, my energy is so drained right now, and I can only imagine how other people are feeling. But with this going on, you're just gonna keep getting mad because you're on that bus, Owen. But though I am glad you got off work in time to be here for it. Like that's really cool. I didn't realize you were gonna be getting off when I was starting today. But basically, I'm gonna be doing a lot of readings this week. And the thing is, tomorrow with my Monday one, like I'm gonna let you guys decide collectively what you want me to do, like a reading on for everyone. Like we can talk about it in the chat a little bit, and like whatever you guys decide on, I'll do a collective reading for it because we're all kind of going through a whole lot with these energies like collectively. So if we all kind of agree on something, that's what I want to do on Mondays, so that way it can kind of like after we get the weekly energy reads, we can kind of have a collective on Monday. But of course Wednesdays are tarot roasts. Yeah, it's gonna keep happening, Owen. Like, especially since you have that in your fifth house. Um, and whatever planets you have going on in there too, because I know you have a grand air trine, so I know you have some planets in your Libra. But I can't remember off the top of my head. My memory's been so bad. I'm having to write down everything, like, or I'm just gonna forget and I just want to sleep. But then, like, I slept like a rock last night for like the first time in a few nights because I keep waking up because I'm having so many vivid dreams over and over and over again, and it's just like it's a little tiring. But if like you need to cry and stuff, just let stuff out right now because there's just so many energies with it. Um, this coming up week, we are coming really close to Saturn finally going direct after it's been retrograde for like freaking ever. So it's finally going to be going direct, not exactly next week, but a couple days into the week after that. So Thursday, I'm going to really go into detail about that. Thank you, Scarlett. If you're on here, it's actually easier. If you go to the my about thing, I have like buttons down there, and there's a big green one, and it actually connects to my stuff, so you can just do that instead of having to like search anything. You can literally click and put in whatever you want, and it like just sends it. Like that's why I like Twitch a lot better. It's like you don't have to go searching and typing stuff in or anything. Like all my stuff is just linked in a button. I really do appreciate that though, and I'm really glad that that came in and helped. Thank you so much though. I really appreciate it. But with Saturn going direct, we're gonna feel like a very heavy energy shift because if you think about it, with Saturn being in Capricorn and being retrograde, it's almost like that restrictive energy has restriction on top of it. So it's like that extra restriction is being lifted, and it's going to start pushing us into everything we've been working on. So in some ways, it might actually catapult people forward that have been really stuck, and it's going to feel a lot different. And then literally a couple days after, like, that is going to go direct in the shadow period of the moon, because 3 days before and 3 days after the full moon, that's usually the moon's period of effect, and it's going to be going direct in the middle of the first 3 days before the moon. Owen, I'm telling you, you are going to stress yourself out, hun. Like, anything I'm saying right now, I will go over in full detail on Thursday. This is just some astrology stuff, but I'm going to go way more into detail Thursday because those are my astrology days for everyone. So don't worry. Like, I don't even have my thing pulled up looking at aspects right now. Yeah. Like, don't worry, Owen. Like, seriously, you'll be okay. And plus, when you get home, like, because right now I'm going to do weekly reads for people for the energy, so that way they can kind of have like a heads up. And then I'll do the pick a cards. But, oh, speaking of that, who wants to kind of start off and get their own personal little weekly tidbit before, like my other ones, where I can do a few personal ones before I do like the whole layout of the pick a card with the crystals and everything like that. And also, like I said before, if you guys are drawn to any crystals, tell me and I will tell you about the crystal, because sometimes that's because there's a message with that too. So trust your intuition with that too. And I also, I know you guys see this, but I have more coming and I'm very excited. It should be here next week, so I'm like really happy. And it's gonna fill up quite a bit more space. Do you notice I have my cute little box that came in? Look at this. I just like that. But anyways, let me see. For Ruby, let's do... Oh, I haven't used this one in a bit. Speaking of crystals, I have this deck right here, the Crystal Spirits Oracle. And if at any time during this live you see my nails randomly get messed up, it's because they're still wet. I'm telling you guys, I'm tired. And I've been kind of delayed on doing things. Just because my energy is like this low thing right now. So let's see what energies come out for Ruby for this upcoming week. And sometimes with this deck too, if certain crystals come out, it could also be crystals that would help you, or the type of energy, if you surround yourself with that kind of energy, that would help you through the week too, which is really interesting about this deck. And that's already showing some oh, that's interesting. Oh, wow. Okay. So, yeah, and your bottom of the deck, Chrysicola. So, for one, I'm seeing a lot of different chakra activations happening for you. Definitely with this one up here, with your heart chakra, just it's almost like a release, almost. And the Eight of Cups fly into your swimming pool. Oh my goodness. Well then, um, definitely walking away from that situation, I'll tell you that much. But I had the Eight of Wands try to fly over my left shoulder the other day, and I was like, okay, that's cool. But that was some very fast messages that wanted to come in. But with Smithsonite right here, it has the 5 and 1 that adds up to the 6, so it has like that loving Venus energy, the comfortability, I can't talk, comfortability that comes with finally being able to release a lot of pressure that's built up in your heart over a long time. And also it's making it to where your surroundings are very pleasant. Hi, Anne. And it also is helping with your partnerships. So whatever relationships in your life you've been struggling with, it's almost like you're finally releasing some of it, because with this right here, if you look at the the picture, it's like you have, like, you can, all these crystals have little faces in them, by the way. But if you look, there's like this darkness behind, but it's like it's starting to light up and like fill it up and like clear it out. So it's like illuminating some of the things that possibly were hiding before. And it's a really cleansing energy. Now, the next one you have is aura light. And if you look at this one, you can actually see here, it looks like there's a third eye, like in this picture, and then like it's on fire, like there's a flame above it. And with this, it's a very deep connection to spirit. And having the number 8 with it, it's almost like this success you have with finally tuning into the spiritual aspect of things where you might have had blockages before. And it's going to help you with tuning into your intuition a lot more, because instead of feeling blocked off, since your heart chakra is starting to open up and feel more freely, that actually tunes you into your intuition more, because you can trust yourself more. And what's interesting here with petrified wood, it also has the spiral going into the third eye right here. And with petrified wood, it's a very earthy. It's very, obviously, you know, it says wood and it is petrified wood. I actually have a petrified wood bowl in my room that holds a lot of smaller crystals that I have. It's a very beautiful piece to have. But with petrified wood, it's a very almost introspective, and it helps ground you, and it's very connected to earth. And here it has this 4 and the 3, which is making me think of the creative energies as well as the foundation building energies that come with it, that make that 7, that help you deep dive and really learn about yourself through doing these things. Let me see. Scarlet. Yeah, I don't see anything yet, but I don't know if you want to wait to try just in case it's being weird, because I don't want you to send more than your little nugget that you were trying to send. I don't want you to send it multiple times. But maybe give it a moment and see. But definitely this energy is going to help you with growing more internally, which is really great because it really flows with this energy of getting more in tune with yourself and opening up your heart space. And what's really great about orange calcite is it really links the solar plexus and the sacral, because orange calcite can come in, it's like its color can be deeper or lighter, like um, this one, just kind of showing you an idea of color, because it can be kind of like, this isn't orange calcite, but it's like it can be like a deeper, this is more of an aura quartz, but it can be like a deeper orange, or it can be like honey calcite where it's actually more of a yellow. But it is really speaking to opening up and the confidence in its spreading, and having like this right here, if you look, there's actually 2 faces in this one, where it's actually, it has a more masculine and a feminine face, and it also has this heart that's in the picture as well. as well as it being in the shape of a heart in this picture. So it's really speaking to a lot of heart healing because you're opening up this creativity. And with the four here being connected, it's like this foundation you're building right now with doing this and opening yourself up is something you're going to be able to keep building on. It's like a really strong structure, and it's really helping you come into yourself. And your overall energy with the chrysocolla right here, it also is a 7, tying back to this petrified wood up here with the introspection. But it's really something that's beautiful because having both like the turquoise and the blue and the green, it's like it's connecting back to your heart chakra, but it's also connecting your throat chakra, which is really showing that overall really opening your throat chakra is what's leading into you being able to really pull these energies out and do this for yourself. And it's, once again, it has this energy because the different numbers here. With the throat chakra, it has a 1, which means it's you really stepping out and going forward and starting new, and having that 6 Venus energy like you have of the heart up here, where it's really strengthening relationships and making you more comfortable and loving yourself. So like you have so much connection here, but your drive is really starting to go towards you really listening to your intuition on things because you're starting to trust it. And that's your energy for this week, so that's really beautiful. So yeah, with your singing, it really could be a big part of why this throat chakra is just really expanding and opening all this up, because um, I can feel that thing I told you guys with the pain in my heart when I'm trying to do it. I can feel it right now while I'm talking to you. So it's almost like this whole energy right here is the Scarlet. But with this, it's really good because you're really helping yourself break out of this box you've put around yourself, and it's bringing you a lot of healing this week, which is really good, because leading into all these new energies once things start going direct for you. And I think, isn't you're in Aries, right? Am I remembering that right? I know it's either like an Aries ascendant or Aries sun. There was something Aries with you that I'm trying to remember. But with the Saturn direct and then the full moon Aries, I really think this is going to be like a huge springboard, because this week is like all this is starting to open up and heal. And then once you go into next week with all of that new energy, like this rush, um, what's going to end up happening is it's almost like you're going to get this huge energy boost that's really going to bring a lot of new excitement into what you're doing. So this week, just keep doing this and opening up and really flourishing, and it'll lead you into like a really beautiful place like the following week when things really start like really pushing forward. But that was your next week energy advice thingy. Aries descendant. Okay. It's something Aries. It's like I was thinking you have like a Libra or something. I was trying to remember where your Aries was. But so that means, yeah, it's pretty much what this thing was saying. It's like the sun and Chiron and the retrograde are all falling in your relationship house. So, and plus that's also your shadow work too. So you doing all of this healing is really exactly what you need to be doing. Like you're like right on track with that. So sorry about that loud noise. Oh, you're welcome, Ruby. But definitely this is going to give you a big boost since you've been doing so much work. Okay. So, anyone else want their personal week ahead energy before I start getting the crystals for the pick a cards and doing the pick a cards? But yeah, if any of those crystals spoke to you, Ruby, like definitely I would say look into them. Oh, I did a personal week ahead energy reading for Ruby because I'm doing a pick a card for it. So if anyone wants a personal one before I start, I'll do that. So that way you can kind of see how your energies are going into your pick a piles. Okay, so let's see what we got for Anne. So for your week ahead, we're going to do the Spirit Messages Oracle. That's interesting. Especially since Venus is in Leo. That means Venus would be sitting on her ascendant. Or at least in her first house itself, if not on her ascendant. So let's see for Anne for your week ahead. And if I'm a little slower today, oh my god, I can't talk. If I'm a little slower today, I am not. I should probably look at my own chart transits and see what the heck's going on with me, to be honest. Because I haven't really looked at anything of mine lately. You have a lot of sacral chakra energy coming through here. Yeah, like a lot. Like, this one's a little more red, so like a little bit of root chakra, but it's like there's so much sacral chakra energy here. Like, yeah, and then here's some more root telling you to find your center. First thing I really feel is if you allow yourself this week could be a very creative week for you, especially if you let go of some things that might have been holding you back, because there's a lot of stuff here about just letting your passion come back and being in the moment and just allowing yourself to find peace within yourself here, which really comes from having that strong root chakra, because that has that security. It helps bring away the feeling of fear and like you can't just be grounded in yourself. But it's almost like you allow yourself the attention you need when you have that grounding. But there's so much coming through where it's saying like this inner strength and this inner passion and everything just really wanting to come out. And there's something that you need to know is that this week what's important is learning how to open your heart and rely on other people instead of being so, how can I put this? It's like you can feel this bubbling up like you want to do this, but it's like you need to learn that it's okay to ask for help, and vulnerability is a huge strength for you, and it would bring you a lot of healing in that aspect, because the sacral chakra is also our emotions. And when we haven't healed aspects of ourselves, there's a lot of repressed emotion there, which in turn represses our creativity. It represses our sexual desires and makes us feel like they are wrong. So a lot of this is just coming into the moment and really grounding yourself and seeing the beauty in everything and allowing that to inspire you to be creative, but at the same time not feeling like you need to block off your heart and not trust people. If there's people you know you can trust, it's really important, if you're feeling overwhelmed, to trust them to help you, because there's a lot of strength in that. But this upcoming week, for the advice and the energy, is to really come to a place where you feel secure and grounded within yourself, no matter what's going on externally. It's like you can always come to that peace, so it's learning that this week, or at least starting that journey if you haven't already, and then allowing that to open up the sacral chakra and start the healing and opening up the heart that opens up the trust, because that's like a big theme for you this week. Oh, thank you, Ruby. But this, it's almost like this block is stopping you from seeing the beauty in things. But once you can kind of slowly start, it's almost like starting from the bottom with your base chakra. It's like if you can start there and work by just being grateful in every moment, like it'll help ground you in yourself, and you can start pulling out. Like there's a lot of, I think it's the same where it was for Ruby, where there's like shadow work you're doing, and it's helping you bring out the creativity and the love and everything that you've been keeping from yourself. So it's like leading up into these new transits that are coming in. It's like really pushing you to ground yourself so you're ready for these energies coming in, because the Aries full moon is going to bring in a lot of drive and a lot of passion and wanting to just go for things, especially since full moons are completion. So it's almost like you're going to be completing this so you can start something new. So it's almost it's not necessarily like they, well, for some people they can close depending on what they're doing, but for you I feel like it's more of a blockage. And when you come up against blockages, what you need to do is you assess and kind of take a step back and breathe and realize where you're feeling certain things. Like if you feel certain pains in your body when you do certain things, like what I was explaining before, when I try to sing, I get a lot of pain in my heart chakra. So I know I have like a blockage there that I need to work through and I need to figure out. And through doing the exercise of singing, it's helping me release it as I'm doing it, and then it's like it starts opening it up and you realize, okay, that's why I stopped doing it, was because this happened to me. So it's like if you come across something, like say, because a lot of people that have sacral blockages, they try to go towards dancing and things with movement, because movement really activates the sacral chakra, as well as anything creative like painting or drawing or writing, just things that either get you moving or get your creativity flowing. When you're doing that, if you're feeling certain aspects of you, or it's like it's hard for you, that's where you need to kind of be gentle with yourself and kind of work through it and start doing those exercises to keep it open and flowing. But that's why it's important to ground yourself in your root chakra and really be just at home within yourself, because once you start going through trying to work through these issues, it's like it can be very daunting. So a very fast way to learn grounding is literally being out in nature, like being like however you like being out in nature, whether it's like digging in the dirt, taking a jog, whatever it is. But it's like just being out there, it's like it helps you bring, if you can just be calm and breathe while you're out there, it automatically helps bring in that sense of grounding, and that's the kind of feeling you need to keep with you no matter where you are. And that helps you go into the others. But you really need the base first, so that way you can be in the moment, because having that strong root chakra keeps you in the moment while you are dealing with growing through these, like basically growing pains when you're working on clearing blockages. So you know you're clearing them, the less pain that you're feeling in them. It's almost like an ease comes over you. Okay, Owen. But yeah, if you dance, that is a wonderful way to help open it up. Like it really is. It's one of the best ways to open up the sacral. So if you can do that, and if you can do it outside, like that would help with both the grounding and the sacral at the same time. It's almost like you're grounding yourself in the energy that makes you comfortable, that you're trying to release the blockages from. So it's almost like you're encouraging yourself to release it, as opposed to feeling like it's work, because it's something you enjoy. And that's the best way to release blockages, is to do something you enjoy. Like, Ruby with her singing, she's releasing these blockages because she enjoys singing, but it's like having this effect on a lot of other areas. So but that's pretty much like your advice for this week, is to really work on these things. And if you're really being pushed to dance right now, definitely like let it flow through you freely and just let the stuff out. It'll be the best thing for you, and it'll help open up that place in your heart where you feel like you can't trust and you can't ask for help. Well, I guess your guides wanted to kind of come through and have it explained a little bit, so you can see why they were trying to show you to go out there. Because like it is the spirit messages deck, so. Oh, and I'm just doing some personal week aheads before I do the pick a cards. Since you're back, Owen, do you want a week ahead personal for you before I start doing the pick a cards? Oh, there we go, Scarlett. It worked. It popped up on my thing, whatever you want to call it. It popped up on my thing. Oh, sweetheart, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. That is so sweet. Thank you. Okay, Owen. Let's see. I don't know why, but my little tea leaf fortunes really like you, and so we're gonna um we're gonna see what your week ahead is with this one before I start doing the pick of cards. And yes, these things are a little difficult to shuffle. I'm not gonna lie. I can try to do it in front of the camera so you guys can see it, because you love tea. Because you guys can see how this is in my hand. Like, ah, it's so difficult to shuffle this one, but oh, see, I was already telling you about this, Owen. Wolfie's coaster. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna go shuffle some Applebee's coasters. Ooh, not those, but this one. I was telling you that this week's probably going to be kind of hard for you because everything's opposing your romance house, with the fifth house being your creativity, romance, sexual desires, things like that. With having all this Aries energy opposing your house, and that would make we just make a girl do some weird shit. I mean, maybe I should start trying to shuffle up front for you guys so you can see like my things up here and how shit happens. Oh, those are Owens. But see, that's good. Oh God. Damn, that's everything I was trying to tell you while you were breaking up over there. Okay. Um okay, you didn't miss anything, Owen. It's gonna come through and talk to you again about everything. So, um it's gonna be the also have Virgo. You think the new moon might have an effect? Yeah, definitely. If that new moon happened in your fifth house, it definitely would have jump started a lot of you really feeling like you need to organize that aspect of your life. But Yeah, I'll shuffle on camera for all the pick a cards for you guys too, because I've been like wondering if you guys would want to see that or not, so I can do that so you guys can see some of the crazy crap that happens to me. But with Virgo there, it's like you're trying to organize it and you're trying to make it make sense. You're trying to have some kind of routine with what you're doing, but you have to realize you're creative. You can't make a routine out of your creativity. Like creation comes from inspiration and you can't control inspiration. And you need to let that go. But it's good to set time aside so you can create, but you shouldn't force it. Now, back to what your spread is saying, this is what I was telling you to kind of watch out for while you were breaking up. You have fear, worries, tense situations, you have obstacles, you have controlling your anger because you're not going to be happy with yourself after you say something out of anger. Like you'll feel regret if you do that, and that has a lot to do with all of this retrograde and like Chiron. Like they're both Mars and Chiron are in Aries, and they're gonna keep having an effect like this on you. And then once that full moon hits Aries, which isn't this week but the following week, I think it's Thursday. But all of these tensions are building up towards that. But the thing is, what this is telling you this week is to watch out for these things because you can overcome the problem. Like you can be in control of your anger. You can be in control of your worries over these situations and everything. Because this passion right here, the first initial thing I got is be careful of doing something you regret out of passion, because having this opposing your fifth house, which is like passion and sex and all that stuff, be very careful. Don't fall into that. That is something you would regret if you go and do something like that out of anger. And the thing is, all you have to do is really like breathe and realize that when you're in this kind of space, like realize like, because this right here, don't be afraid to ask for help or assistance or even some guidance when you're going through whatever comes up. Like don't be afraid to take a step back and try to talk to someone else about the situation and get another perspective, because you can really overcome what's trying to come through and mess you up this week if you just take a step back and allow someone else or even multiple people to help you that you trust, and your intuition as well, because don't ignore your intuition. Like it's gonna probably try to come through and really help you, because looking at this right here, it's like looking at the daggers also making me think of the Ace of Swords, which is like there's something new trying to come in, but you really need to watch your words, which is what it's saying down here. Like you need to watch your anger. So there is these new ideas and there's communication and everything, but just be careful of the type of communication you're doing this week, because if you slip, you're not going to be happy with yourself. Hey, Pauline. Yeah, so definitely like really tap into your intuition this week. Like I think if you start doing that, because this is also guidance, so if you really start tapping into that, it's like they're trying to urge you, like you can really overcome this if you tap into your intuition and you rely on people you know are trustworthy. It's just don't allow like all of this planetary energy with this Mars retrograde and everything going on to, especially since it's in opposition, it's like a big challenge for you to control your anger that wants to flare up in certain situations. Don't let it control you. Control it. But that's what's coming up for your personal one for the week. Who's back in here? So Pauline, do you want me to do a for the well, they're just warning you for this week, Owen, because things are going to start flaring up with these movements. I'm telling you, I really need to check mine. Like, I'm so freaking tired. Once this is over, I'm probably going to check mine and then do the astrology reading I have to do. But for me, it's not like I'm angry at all, really. I'm just like very freaking exhausted. And where Aries is for me is my midheaven is Aries. So all of like literally freaking Chiron's been holding hands with it this entire year. But like literally on it, like holding its hand. But Mars going back and forth over it, like over and over again, has been something else. And then on top of that, my own Mars is in Aries in the 9th house. So it's like all of this spirituality and learning all this stuff and diving into it, like that's what naturally I want to do. And it's like right now I'm just exhausted. You're welcome, Owen. With one of them planets. Let's do some Earth magic for Pauline. See, the Earth magic. And then I'm gonna do 4 piles for this week's energy reads. I'll put the crystals up first. Do you guys want me to do a sound meditation for you guys like I did the other ones? Or do you want to pick your crystals and go into the readings? It's up to you guys. Oh, you're welcome, Anne. Trying to figure out where your chart is on. And then if anyone wants personal readings after the pick of cards, I can do those too. You want the sound meditation? Okay, after Pauline's, I'll get my stuff out. You're going to hear a bunch of crinkling and shit because I have to get it out. I forgot to take it out while I was setting up. I'm telling you guys, my memory is something else. I'm not gonna lie, like I know where my stuff is, but it's like some things I can remember the degrees on and other ones I can't, and I'm just sitting there like, what the heck was that one? Ooh, okay, that I wasn't shuffling on camera, so you guys couldn't see that. Okay, I'm gonna start shuffling on camera like you guys asked me to. No. Oh, nice. That's really interesting. So, there's a lot of energy this week, Pauline, that's really calling you to find your safe space. Like instinctually, like your intuition is pulling you to really kind of go inside and find your safe grounding space. Because if you look at this card right here where it says solitude, it's like this little island that has this beautiful lavender looking tree right here. And it's almost like the sun's shining on it, showing it a little bit, but it's like your own special place. And with purple, it's like intuition. So intuitively, especially with the the wolf instinct. It's like you know how to get there, and you're like being called this week to really find it and to release. And this is really interesting because this is what we have coming up is the autumn equinox, which is happening on the 21st. So literally Monday. It's telling you. We got hungry out of nowhere. But this week is starting like release for you. Like you are coming to a place where you're releasing what's not allowing you to deep dive into yourself, because once you start releasing that, you're going to have the energy to do this where before it was too daunting. But what you're being called to do is with this diligence here, it's almost like they're wanting you to pay attention to what they're trying to show you, because it's going to be very new, especially as you're releasing certain things and like new things are coming to light for you. As you're releasing them and you're learning about this space, they're really wanting you to be in the moment and pay attention and not be thinking of other things while you're doing this, because it will take away from what they're trying to teach you. Because I think this week for you is going to be a very big teaching week, especially since I can feel my third eye on fire right now. So it wouldn't surprise me if you start having some third eye activation this week too. Also with this card right here, it's I'll look at that, new beginnings. But with Dragonfly right here with this emergence card, it's basically saying that by doing these things that they're calling you to do, like starting this adventure, basically, you're going to start being able to have that transformation that you've been working up to. It's almost like, I don't know if you see it here, but what it's making me think of with how she's rising out of the water is almost like how Venus rises out of the water. Like she's coming up in her power and being, if you're seeing all this, it has all these different elements. Like it has like the snow, and it has the autumn with the leaves and the sunlight. It has the ocean with like this calm atmosphere, and then it has also this darker atmosphere. It's like there's so many different ways of experiencing things, but you're coming into your own knowing how to handle each situation. So especially with this green I'm seeing too, there's a lot of heart chakra healing too. So definitely listen as it's coming in and allow things to be released as it comes up. Like if they're like coming to you and like trying to help you release something, don't hold on to it. Let them move it so that way it's out of the way and you can focus on yourself, because there's a lot of self-love and self-healing trying to come through this week. The only other thing that's kind of coming through with this one is kind of like with Owens as well. Be careful of like a knee-jerk reaction if someone tries to, I keep hearing step on your toes, but it could be even more than that. But certain instincts might not be for your best good. Like if it's instincts out of anger to like just react, try to learn how to flow with those so you can use them to your advantage and transmute them into energy, which I think is where this vigilance is also coming in, because it being stone people, like how it says stone people, it's almost like being steadfast and being able to have like that grounding earth energy and controlling the fire that can sometimes well up. So it's like tapping into that earth energy so that way your anger doesn't take control of certain situations and you're able to stay in this calm state while you're releasing the things that possibly are making this anger flare up. Because a lot of times if you're releasing people that make your anger flare up, they're going to be trying every which way to piss you off. But, oh, thank you. This is more table. My altar is in my other room. But this is like my workspace crystals that are going to be getting others added to them next week. But definitely stay in these energies, and a lot is going to be help you come through with this. And I really think that this new beginning right there was under there for a reason. It's like showing you you're stepping into a new phase in your life, so they're really wanting you to focus on yourself. But that is yours for this week. So what we'll do is I'm going to pull whatever crystals I'm drawn to for you guys. I'm going to pull 4 of them and set them up over here. And then while you guys are staring at the lovely crystals, starting to decide on what crystals you're drawn to, I will get out my singing triangle for the sound meditation. And then after the sound meditation, we'll start the pick of cards. Oh, come on. Work with me. Go into the box, please. Or not. And then after the pick of cards are done, then if anyone who didn't get a personal reading in the beginning for the week, we can do some more personal readings. Oh, you're welcome, Pauline. So, let's see. Who am I pulled to today? Sparkly. Oh, here, I'll just go ahead and do this. This is ametrine. I still haven't figured out how to make this thing zoom in close up, so I'm just going to do this. But that's the first one I was pulled to. This little chunk right here, this is fairy spirit quartz. It's this chunk. Let's see. Who else am I being pulled to? And then this one right here is moss agate. It's not like the red moss agate. That's different than regular moss agate. This one's the regular moss agate. And I'm going to read the crystal properties at the end of the readings like I've been doing, so see if they have any final messages they want to say. Oh, and my last one of my new babes. This is my grape agate. As you can see, it looks like it has little grapes. I don't know if you can see the little, they look like they have little grapes. I don't know if you can see it. Dude, I think the grape agate is so freaking cute. It's like, it's just so, it's like little grapes. But while you guys are looking at those, I'm going to go ahead and get out my singing triangle real quick. So if you hear a bunch of rustling around and other things, that is what is happening while you guys are staring at the crystals. go. Okay. So, if you guys want, you can put which crystals you picked. I'm going to go ahead and start with our ametrine. Everyone's favorite birth chart reader, it's me. Let's see. So for ametrine, let's see. Oh, so Ruby got ametrine over here. So first we're going to see the major overarching theme for this week for the ametrine pile. So the first thing that's coming out right here, which this card does look very beautiful, by the way, is if you can see, like, she's down here pretty much dancing in the cosmos with all this beauty going on back here. But it's saying forge, don't follow, pave a new path, and be the be the leader you wish you had. So this right here is showing me, like, basically this week is all about really opening yourself up to what you really want to do and just going for it. It doesn't really matter if you have like this blueprint of how everything is supposed to look. What's important is just taking the step and actually letting yourself be free and create. And this right here coming through, because even though you're starting this new path and being a leader, it's saying you're not alone. Like, instead of feeling like you're isolated, you actually have people both physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. Like, there's a lot around you right now with this connection right here. Because it's almost like the soul connection with how this lightning is in between. And this community right here is letting you know that there's so much around you, so many people and your guides just pushing you, saying that you're on the right path and you're doing the right thing. Just keep going. Um, So let's see. What some of the in my about, Pauline, I have my link to my Facebook page, and everything's on my Facebook page for everything that I do. But I'm going to pull some animal spirit guides here to see the energies that are really standing out this week. You thought she said Pisces. I was wondering why you put the Pisces symbol too. Yeah, it's like it's still continuing this energy, and having the chameleon spirit here, it's like act as if this is already happening. Like be the leader. Like this stuff is here. And having this one in the four, it's like that one energy again where you're just forging ahead and doing this new beginning, what's right for you, while also creating this strong foundation with the four. And this is all coming from that full energy of five being like the rebellious and the creativity and just doing your own thing, which is literally like forging your own path here. So that's just going right. It's like saying just do it. It's like really pushing that for this week. Um, okay, so this came out reversed. So this right here, I think, is more of a caution of energies that can happen because with the 4 and the 9 making the 13 for like these energies with rabbit spirit is saying now's a lucky time. Even though now is your time to be doing this, don't get cocky and think, don't build a foundation based off of feeling like you know everything. Just because you're being called to be a leader and someone hasn't done what you're quite trying to do right now doesn't necessarily mean that you should stop listening to other people and block off people. Like this week, it's really important to be connecting to community, not isolating yourself. Because if you isolate yourself or you project that you already know and you don't have anything that you need to learn, like people need to only be learning from you, you can't keep growing. So this is more of a warning of energy that can come through when you're feeling all this confidence. Sometimes if we don't watch ourselves, the confidence can start turning into being conceited. So that's kind of like a warning energy coming through. Hi, babe. Nice to see you. Oh, that one is saying hi. Oh, that's really nice master number here coming through with the 44. Panther Spirit, reclaim your power. Um, this is making me think because of 44-8. It's the because 4 rules 4 connects to the planet Uranus. Like it's the same way that the 8 connects to Saturn. So having the 44-8 master number kind of energy is like this innovative, unique energy and the success that comes from a lot of hard work. And this is how you're going to reclaim your power, which is what this Panther Spirit is bringing in here, especially having, if you look at, not only you can see a third eye, in this picture, but you can also see the top of the head looks like it's on fire almost. And that's like indicating that the crown chakra is so open that if you're open to receiving with this energy, that it's almost like instant downloads if you're there and you're willing. Because having like all this darkness around, it's almost like the main concentration is this like divine fire like message type energy just coming straight through if you're allowing it to come through, which I think also goes with the you're not alone. That's like going with your guides, really trying to say, hey, we can come through this week hardcore for you if you let us come through. And that also comes with the warning, like, don't be conceited, like thinking you know everything, because your guides can't come through if you're blocking off thinking you don't need to learn anything. Oh, and this one's a really nice one for this as well, because having the white raven spirit, trust in the magic, is pretty much like trusting that everything's falling as it should. And having this double six energy here is really pushing that Venus energy, that self-love, the love for others, the partnerships, the community that keeps coming through with this card. It's like really trusting in the community you're building, the foundation you're building with others, so that you can keep expressing more and more of your soul as you continue to grow. And there really is a lot of magic in that when you finally start allowing yourself to do that. And I'm not going to reveal to you guys the bottom of the deck energy until after, because it's very interesting, but I'm going to let you guys see what each bottom of the deck has after. So for this, since these are tarot, this is the Muse Tarot, I'm going to see if we can get any specific events that could be coming through this week, and advice for dealing with these, whether they're blessings or obstacles or anything like that. Yeah, I'll do personal readings after I do all the pick-a cards. Right now we're doing the ametrine pile, and then the second one is the fairy spirit quartz, and then moss agate, and then grape agate for the 4 piles we're going to be doing. So if you're drawn to any of those 4 crystals, that's going to be your pile. And then after I do all the piles, for those who haven't gotten a personal reading already, I'll do a personal weekly read for you as well. Yeah, I love the artwork on this one too. Man, okay, this is just a whole lot of whew. Okay, so every card is reversed, but I'm really feeling here that the reason all this is reversed is this is a very internally work based week. Like, this is a lot of internal work. This isn't like external work that you're doing here, especially with seeing how this is mostly cups and wands. Like wands are more spirit energy. One of them is this page of materials, but I kind of have a different feeling with that one. So I'm going to go through each one of these. So, oh, this is for everybody. This is a pick a card section. So this is the pick a card for this crystal, for the ametrine. And then the next pile I'm going to be doing is for the fairy spirit quartz. And then the third is going to be moss agate. And then the very last pile is going to be the grape agate. And then once I've done all of the pick a cards, if I haven't gotten anybody, because I've done some personal readings already in the beginning, if I haven't gotten you in the beginning, I'll do a personal weekly reading for you after the pick a card section. It's okay, hun. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with these. So with this internal work here, I'm seeing like the two of emotions, and what it's really making me feel here is this is the shadow work right here, is what I'm feeling for this week. Because with this, it's almost making me feel like these people are looking in a mirror. And it's like having to look at yourself and accept all aspects of yourself, the things that could be blocking you, the things that are helping you grow, what's affecting you emotionally, and really deep diving, like how these people are actually in the water, like deep diving into your soul and allowing yourself to feel these things throughout the week, so that way you can work through them and you can learn how to have the love for yourself. Because with this right here, with the Queen of Emotions also in reverse, to me, it's speaking of internal work. It's learning to love yourself and give yourself the self-care that you need, the self-love that you need. So that way, instead of feeling so overwhelmed with everything going on around you, you have a more clear mental space because your emotions are more clear. Because there's so much going on in this picture. There's even a random woman walking around back here. Like, there's so many colors and so many splays of energy coming from different areas. Like, she has energy coming from her third eye and her crown and her heart. Like, there's this erratic energy that in reality, if the inner work's being done, you can start condensing it and really pull it back in, as opposed to feeling like you're not in control of it. So that, mixed with the fact that this Eight of Inspiration, which is the Eight of Wands, is reversed here, and having this is really making, I know it looks like the sun, but it's making me think of the Aries full moon, like and also the blood moons, where emotions can run very high, anger can come out. It's almost like there's going to be messages coming to you, and I think a lot of it is like, downloads, connecting to your spirit guides and everything. But at the same time, don't get impatient if you feel like you're not getting the answers right away, because that's not being grateful, and it will block off stuff. And what happens with that, sorry for all the noise out there. I don't know why people have to be so loud. The street's not even that close. But with this, it's really speaking of, don't allow yourself to become irritated if things are going a little slower than you would like them to throughout the week, because any movement is progress, and that's what you have to keep in mind. You have to be grateful for any movement, for any steps forward that you take, because if you're ungrateful and you're falling into that anger and you're not allowing yourself to be in the space where you're learning, and like up here where you become conceited and just fall into that place, it's going to just shut you off, which this right here is like that internal feeling of the lack mentality. You don't have enough, new things aren't coming fast enough. And it's like you start taking your worth from your external environment instead of really looking that you need to do this work. And if you're not doing the work, then your external environment is going to reflect that. Like you're going to be seeing it immediately. Even if these messages are coming a little slow, your external environment will reflect what work you're actually doing. And this right here with strength being reversed, it's really trying to say that don't fall into the old habits. I don't know why I combined cabinets and habits together, but we're gonna go with that. But oh, thank you. I'm so glad they're finally starting to dry. I like painted them right before, so they're a little messed up. But oh my gosh, Owen is finding the name him Remy. But with this strength right here being reversed, it's almost like internally like having that struggle. And it's really making me think of that Leo, like that fire energy again, connecting to this, that internal struggle where you fall into the weakness of doubt. And it's almost like you don't want to keep doing the work because it's hard and the blockages come up. So don't feel like you're not strong enough to do this. You are strong enough. It's just that you have to really allow yourself the healing and the love and allow yourself the time and be patient so that way your external environment isn't affecting how you feel about yourself. Because if you aren't allowing that for yourself, then the weakness will actually become stronger than your will to move forward and push through everything. So, that was very nice of them to come through and tell you guys that. But we're going to do the last little row of advice for the week here, or anything that we need to know before we move on to our fairy spirit quartz. My thing was in the wrong thing. And this is like the only deck I have that will not stay straight and stay one way, so I've given up on trying to flip them all in one direction. I let them do whatever the heck they want and come out whatever way they, they want to. Okay, immediately second house is coming out. Yep. There's that energy with the Libra, with the Venus and the partnerships, communication and community. And these two came out stuck together. So these are their own message over here. So, oh, do you want me to call you 935? Because I am not sure what you want me to call you. But right now I'm doing the pick a card section, and once I do the pick a card, I'll do some more personal readings after those. Because right now this is the first pile, and then these three crystals are the next piles. But with the second house here, it's really showing that once again, like this right here, there's going to be a lot going on with assets and different things, like with money and stuff this week. And just don't, whatever way, whether you're getting an influx of it or you're having trouble with it, whichever way that is for you, don't let it come into your internal world and affect any work you're doing. Like, be grateful for stuff that comes in, but also be grateful for setbacks because they're happening for reasons. Especially with having Libra here, it's like you want everything to work out and balance out, and if something seems like it's not balanced with all this work you're putting in, it's almost like you'll get frustrated, and that can lead into this energy of this anger where you are fighting, especially like how I was talking to Owen about his placements earlier. If you have certain planets in Libra right now and they're opposing like this Mars retrograde, and Chiron came out here and it's opposing Chiron, what's happening is this healing you're doing is actually like feeling like this really harsh energy that you're having to go through. And it's almost like you're at this constant odds with yourself because you're feeling the pull of needing to do all this healing, but at the same time, it's like, yes, you're feeling a little blocked off from your intuition, but you also are very confused with some of it because you don't understand how it's going to help you to go through the pain. And that's why this is coming in and telling you that with third house, the main word for this one is perception. It's saying don't be stuck in this outlook when things aren't going exactly as planned. You need to kind of step back and change how you're looking at a situation. Be gentler and kinder to yourself and realize, like, yes, you're embarking on this journey, you're starting this, you are really like stepping into your power, but at the same time, you need to do it gently. You need to love yourself and heal, and you need to allow patience and not allow external environmental stuff to come in and affect that. But at the same time, you need to leave yourself open in your heart space for the people that are really there and trying to help you on your journey. So it's like this balancing act that you have to have with Libra coming out here. You really have to learn the balance, and it's wanting you to do this before this full moon comes, like start really working with this energy, which is like a week and a half from now. So if you can really work with this energy, it'll help you to where when this full moon hits, it's not going to make you feel like you're going crazy. So that is what I'm seeing from my ametrine. I'm going to go ahead and go on to my fairy quartz pile. So oh wait, I didn't show you guys, or I almost forgot, but I didn't. But first one I want to show you guys is your bottom of the deck energies, which was very interesting. So these were the bottom of the decks that came out for each one. So we have karmic relationships, and we had Libra pop up. So a lot of soul growth and conflicts, which is this big warning, that which is interesting because the warning of this pile was kind of keeping your anger under control. The universe is going to provide. So like the material things, like don't get frustrated over the material things, as well as the Knight of Materials. It's slow moving energy, which is the patience. You need to have the patience for the stuff coming in. Like, don't get overwhelmed with it moving slowly. And then we have Scorpio, which is the animal, the instincts, the deep dive. So just allow yourself this, which I find interesting that I waited till the end to show you guys this and then it tied all of it. But that's the bottom, and let me read you guys the ametrine properties. So ametrine is a stone of balance and connection. It relieves tension, it brings serenity, and stimulates creativity. and it balances mental stability as well as self-confidence. And it has a strong healing energy that releases negativity. I don't know about those things, but saying it aids with weight loss. Maybe I should wear some ametrine. But it enhances mental and spiritual clarity at the same time uniting masculine and feminine energies. But I don't know, maybe I'll wear some ametrine if it does weight loss, shoot. But that was what came up for my ametrines. So I'm going to go ahead and get my setup ready for my fairy spirit quartz pile. So did anyone choose the fairy spirit quartz? We're going to see what you and everyone else who watches this after and picks the spirit quartz gets. So we're going to move little one to the side because now it's this one's turn. Okay, so first let's pull the theme of this week for the fairy spirit quartz. Oh, sorry, I keep forgetting that I'm trying to put it up here for you guys. Because I'm so used to doing it like right up on myself. Oh, very interesting. So, first one we have here is your life is a canvas, artist, manifestation, and creative accountability. So this is very interesting because the way this card looks, it's almost like this woman on top of a mounting, my gosh, my words today, mountain, who is pretty much creating this beautiful sky from all these different colors, and there's like greens and pinks and purples and yellows. It's like pretty much like all the chakras like mixing together, and then all these like beautiful blossoms below. So it's really this week important to take accountability and realize that you're in control of your manifestation. Like the way you talk to yourself and you treat yourself and what you choose to do with your creativity is what you are putting out and what you're going to receive back. Because this right here, which I really love the art on this card, it's like the breath, like she's creating the cosmos almost. It's breath of the cosmos. What's funny here is it says micromanaging the universe, and it's almost like you have the responsibility to manage your own personal universe this week. Like you really have to step up and not only say that you want to do this, but you're being called to actually do it. Like step up and physically do something that helps with your creativity and helps with your manifestation. Because the energy you have is if you're just sitting and staying, and just speaking things. It's like, this isn't a week for trying to speak something into existence. This is a week for getting up and getting your body moving and doing something. And trying to find my decks. Where did they go? Okay. So let's see what our spirit animals, spirit guides want to come out and say for this week. Well, the first one out is the koi fish spirit, and there is always enough. So one of the things definitely is stepping out of the lack mentality, especially if you're feeling that you're never enough, because that definitely blocks pretty much everything from coming to you. And having the 3 and 6 energy here, the energy of creation with 3, the creativity, and that loving Venus energy with relationships. And I think this speaks a lot of the relationship with yourself that you need to have. It's like cultivating that creativity and that love and realizing that there's always enough to go around. See right here, it's saying it again, bring your ideas to life. They don't want you just sitting there. They want you to start doing things, because we have the 2 and the 4 here with this, and the 2 being of divine feminine energy, of this magnetic creation. It's pulling from a space that possibly could come from trauma or deep-seated beliefs that are a lot darker than what we want to face, and it's facing those and creating beauty from that space, as well as creating a very strong foundation within ourselves by doing that, so we can actually bring our creations out into the world. And that also makes a 6 again, so it's repeating once again that self-love. Bring your ideas to life with self-love. Like, that's like a major theme of this pile. It's coming out everywhere. Like, make your dreams real. Like, this is like a big push this week to really step out of your comfort zone. Especially with this 5 energy, it's like, just step out and do things. Be a rebel. Do what you felt you couldn't do. Like, feel true freedom. And once again, we have another 6 here. Like, this 6 is like really important for you guys. Like, it's really trying to accentuate the fact that self-love is so important for this. And the 5 and the 6 together is that master number 11. That's like a very deep connection to the spiritual aspect of this. And that's also saying that your guides are right there with you, trying to help you make your dreams come true, especially with all this purple that we have here. Like, really tap into your intuition, allow things to come in. Don't block yourself off. Yep, I was actually about to draft spirit, see the big picture. I was actually just about to start saying, like, really start seeing things from another perspective. With the 2, once again, with the feminine energy tying this in, but we also have the 9, which is a very spiritual sign in numerology. Like, it's pretty much like the sage energy, and it's like coming into that and acknowledging it about yourself. And once again, those together are the 11. So these make your dreams real and seeing the bigger picture are really trying to come through spiritually for you guys, which means connecting to your guides this week is very important for helping you really ground this and make it the reality right now. Like, they want you to physically start doing this. So, let's see what actual either obstacles or advice or occurrences that are actually going to come up during. Oh no, that is too much. Too much. Too much. You might. That ain't gonna work. So, with this pile, Queen of Emotions came out upright. So intuition is very heightened this week. Wow. Okay, your guys' energy is a lot different from pile one. Um, yeah, this is a lot more intuitive energy than pile one, and the muse of materials and the wheel. Okay, this is something else. Okay. Um this these right here together, like these are a major mood basically. This is really saying like this deep dive of falling in love with yourself is just going to make you blossom like full on into this. Like it's almost like they're waiting to come in and give you like a lot by you just opening up this channel and starting the love, like letting the love flow in. Because right now, emotionally, you're feeling kind of stuck in this place where it's almost like you have these things around you that you should be grateful for, but it's hard for you to do that because you're feeling blocked off. And they're trying to warn you against staying in that energy when you can move into this. You need to be in this energy in order to receive this, which is beautiful. Because this is the Muse deck, and this is like the highest, like this is higher than the Ace in this deck because it's the Muse of materials. It's like this beautiful abundance that's like, it's like if you look at this card, she's like walking into her dream here, like walking along this blessed bridge into her dream. And it's like this beautiful energy that stepping into this is like the wheels are turning. And if you look, the moon's here. The moon, the phases of the moon are here. And it's really making me feel like by starting this week, by really deep diving and allowing yourself to nurture yourself and love yourself and really physically start manifesting what you want and put in the work, by the time this new phase of the moon hits, the full moon on the 1st, you're going to be seeing physical manifestations coming in if you do this. Because they're really pushing this for you. Like there's a big push for you to do this week. Like to just start it. At least start it. Put your toe in the water if you can. And really start trying to embrace this about yourself. Because what's holding you back is literally feeling like you're not good enough. And once you can actually physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually feel like you are good enough, it's going to make this cog that's kind of stuck right here just start full on moving. Especially since Saturn's going to go direct in the shadow phase of the full moon. It's going to be like this whole push forward for you guys. And Saturn being in Capricorn is very of material. It's of structure and foundation, as well as wealth, with it also being represented by the 8 by success through hard work. So doing the work is really going to be beneficial. And let's see what what this final message is here. And I gotta tell you too, like this energy of this pile is so much more fast paced. Like I feel like the first pile, like it was all about patience, because like that was a lot more like kind of like a push energy, but you have to learn to go with the flow with that one. With this one, it's almost like you are being pushed. So it's like the universe is stepping in and pushing right now and trying to get you to do this deep dive. And then once you do it, things are going to flow. So I even feel like I'm talking faster right now because of the speed of this energy. The only block between you and this is literally stepping out of this energy here. So let's see what comes out. Wow, okay. That is, it literally says allowing, wow, empowerment. Like, this is just insane. And then we get Sagittarius. It says the Voyager. It's like literally starting it. It's like just do it already. And then the change of perception. Like the other one said, like, this week can be so powerful if you use it right. It's like stepping into the Sagittarius mindset and being one to want to just journey out and learn and do and explore. It's like having that wands energy of movement. It's like allowing it to happen, allowing the healing, and then feeling the empowerment from the healing and allowing yourself to feel like you're worthy and bring this stuff in. All it takes is changing your perception of yourself. That's literally all it takes. It's allowing yourself to be creative and loving every part of yourself, so that way your perception changes and you allow this into your life. But let me show you guys the bottom of the decks for this one. So we have Inner Earth. You'll survive this. New solutions and beginnings. Well, this is a whole lot of beginnings for you guys. And we have the Four of Inspiration, another four coming in here, and this is Wands energy, that foundation, the spirit. This is a very spiritual foundation, because if you look at this picture here, it's not showing the usual wand setup. It's showing like these links up to the spiritual realm and this peace, while still having this grounded state, while being up in this area of knowing. So that is what they're really trying to get you into this week. And then right here, we had the flamingo spirit come out, but it was in reverse for the bottom of the deck. And it's saying embrace the in-between. It's really hard for us sometimes to be okay when we're feeling like we're in limbo. But what this is trying to say is, even though that's hard and it's like you don't really know what to do, your limbo is literally you learning to love yourself. That's why you're stuck. That's why you don't feel like there's any movement going forward right now, is because your limbo is yourself. So right now, since there's what they're trying to say is, by not embracing yourself, you're choosing the limbo. And you can really push forward, especially with this 2 and 6. You have the 2 and the 6 repeating again, the feminine energy as well as the Venus energy, as well as the 8 when it's combined, like the hard work. Just do the hard work, so that way you can learn to embrace yourself. And the last one we have, if I can pick it up, it's not wanting to be picked up right now. Okay, there we go. With this right here, we have Pisces, and it's saying the mystic here, and it's in reverse, and it's like this whole thing right here is saying quit believing that you don't have. Like you don't have the skill, like you don't have the connection. Realize that you have it and go with it and flow with it. Like really have that cups energy of trusting the intuition and learning the love that comes instead of pushing it away, because Pisces also indicates unconditional love because it's of the 12th house as well, with that 12th house energy, and it's very spiritual. So just allow yourself to fall into the help that your guides want to bring you right now, because they're really wanting to come through, and allow yourself to love the aspects of yourself that you feel aren't that lovable right now. Because by doing that and taking that first step, it's almost like you're breaking all these chains at one time that are desperately wanting to be broken right now. And let me go ahead and read you guys the Fairy Spirit Quartz. Okay, so due to the spiritual nature of this crystal, it is strongly associated with the crown chakra. It heals and balances all the chakras also on some level, but this is especially for the crown chakra. Let's see. Heightens experiences with dream work, meditation. It's really protective, and it transmutes negative energies. It helps decrease fear. It's a great stone for stressful situations as well. Let's see. Great for grounding, which I know with this group, grounding is really going to be especially helpful. Great for empaths and sensitive people, especially when you're dealing with negative people. It boosts confidence, courage, and insight. And it helps you tap into the depths of your own spirit. And you can also tap into your inner knowledge, wisdom, and understanding while growing and expanding spiritually. So that is our Fairy Spirit Quartz pile. You know, every time I tell you about a stone, Owen, you're pretty much like, okay, I need that one too. Like you're just gonna be collecting like I do. But yeah, I didn't even know what this was. It's like I saw it, and it's like I went and looked it up and found out what it was because I saw a picture of this, and I was like, what? There's a freaking Fairy Spirit Quartz? Now I know I need that one. Expanded. So since that was for my Fairy Spirit Quartz pile, my next is going to be my Moss Agate pile, which I know Owen was talking about how he was drawn there. Oh, you're welcome, Anne. And everyone else who chose Spirit Quartz, not just Anne, but I know Anne chose it. So let's go ahead and see what the lovely Moss Agate has. Um, I have a few books. I don't really use them. But what are you looking for as far as that you want to learn about? Is it crystals or another aspect? Because I kind of bought books thinking I was going to be using them, and now I just kind of get downloads of everything, and I'm like, okay. And I don't really use my books, even though I have them. So, with crystals, I actually have two books with crystals. I actually have one like right beside me over here somewhere. Um, this one, if I can find it. Where are you hiding? Um, Here we go. So, this one right here is a good one for just learning the crystals, and it actually is color coded. So if you want to learn crystals by colors, which is very useful, because certain colors connect to certain chakras. So if you know, like, say you want to work on your solar plexus, you can go to where there's yellow crystals. Like, see, here's some citrine, and it tells you like all about citrine and the different things it works for. And it's like it just has a bunch of different ones. And then, like, say if you want to, I don't know, like work on your throat chakra, like you'd want to go into the blues and start looking into blue ones. And it actually has a couple of other things in here where, oh, I got a bunch of notes in there. But there's different things where it talks about chakras and stuff as well. But that one's a pretty good one. I have another one somewhere, but I think it's like buried in my box of books over here. Um, a good astrology book is, let me see if I can pull that one out for you. This one right here would be, I know it looks big, but the only astrology book you'll ever need. But it actually has like pretty much everything. Like it has the stuff with the signs, it has what aspects are, all that kind of stuff. It's like you can pretty much just sit here and read through that like forever. I When Alyssa mentioned it, I got it, and then once I got it and looked through it, I was like, kind of know this already. So now I just kind of have the book. So, um, I mean, and is that one? I don't have any tarot books because, I mean, I don't even really read the books that come with the tarot cards themselves. Oh, I need some water. I'm getting better about drinking water instead of going through entire lives without drinking. Really made that a thing I was going to do at the new moon with Virgo. I was like, I will start taking better care of myself, starting with drinking water during lives. But with tarot, I've been, same thing with astrology. I've been doing tarot and astrology since I was so little that I never really used books. So the only things I did was there were certain cards that would always get me confused with tarot, and I just kind of looked those up and found my own way of connecting to them, and that was it. Astrology really helped me learn the ones that I couldn't remember with tarot because I started connecting them. But once you start really connecting to your intuition, what happens is, at least for me, like the more I connect, the more I just pull everything from either art or it literally is like a picture in my head or words or something, a feeling. It's like the more you connect, the more you find your own flow to understanding things. Because a lot of times I feel like books are a good way to start, and watching videos is a good way to start, but people don't necessarily tell you like the best thing you can do is literally start learning your own voice. And once you tap into that and you understand it, it's almost like you always have a backup, like you have a backup data reserve where it's like you're not understanding something, then all of a sudden it comes through clear because you just allow it to come through. So it's really important to work on that while you're learning as well. So that way it's almost like a side by side where they add to each other. So my next pile that I have here is my little moss agates. So let's see. Oh, you're welcome. Let's see your theme for the week, guys. Once again, I'm forgetting because I'm sitting over here just shuffling them on myself. I'll remember eventually to keep doing it up here, guys. Oh, interesting. Oh, you're gonna love that one, Owen. That's freaking hysterical for you. 'Cause I know you picked this pile. And plus, you're gonna love her makeup. Very interesting. So, no, I'm saying you're gonna like it. Like, seriously, look at her makeup. But, this one is saying, double mission. It's saying light worker starseed. I don't know if any of you, identify with those or not. If you don't know what they are, you can, research them. But, what I'm really looking at here is serve the world by being you, which I really feel like with this pile, what it's really wanting, especially with this gold here, is really reminding me of the solar plexus. It's like really stepping out into that confidence and really showing who you are. And by doing that, you're actually gifting the world because just by being yourself, your energy and what you bring, you actually bring a lot of happiness and joy to people just by being yourself. And it's like that's a really beautiful thing. A lot of people don't realize that that is so important because, especially with how things are now, being able to be a bright light when there's so much darkness everywhere is almost like a medicine for people. It's like people naturally will gravitate towards the light because they need the medicine, and then the people that aren't happy about it and want to stay in their misery, well, you know, that's their own thing. You can let them do that. It's not your job to save everybody. But oh, and if you want to know what this deck is, Owen, it's the Starseed deck. This right here, we have Earth School, Life Lessons, Soul Growth Study, and Higher Learning. So this week, be yourself, but also you're going to be going through a lot of lessons and a lot of growth. And it's pretty much like share this, share what you're doing, share how you're growing, and then continue to learn. Like you're really being pushed to learn. It's not like you're really being told to create anything. It's more like you're being told to step into who you are and just show people who you are and continue to grow, continue to be open to learning these new things so that you can show more facets of yourself and be more sure. And I just keep staring at her makeup, like this golden presence of just like having that light that you're giving to other, giving, divvy it up and give it to everybody, like give it to other people. And it's like a really light, fun energy, and it's like it's put a smile on my face, by the way. Like it's a really light energy, and it's so sweet. And that's why it's so healing for people, is because like allowing that to come out of you And because that's a strength too, that's being vulnerable. It's like showing like your light when a lot of people don't want to see light right now. And that kind of reminded me that I should probably check my light and make sure it's not okay. Good, it's not dying, because it's died on me before. But the thing here is it's really trying to. I grabbed the wrong deck and I started shuffling it, trying to grab my other deck. But it's really beautiful because it's trying to show you this week, really embrace yourself and just let other people see it, because they really want to see it. The people that are acting like they don't want to see it, they're just jealous so they can get over it. But let's see what the animal spirit guides have to say for you guys. Yeah, like this right here, I feel is speaking of how you feel mentally about yourself. And it's like having the five, it's like really wanting the freedom, really wanting to be able to rebel against things. And it's like having this feeling that there's so much blocking you, like you can't overcome a lot of things that are in your way, because here it's saying like rhino spirit, like overcome any obstacle, but yet it's reversed. So you're feeling so stuck. But in reality, you really do have it. You just have to be yourself and not be afraid of what other people are going to think by you being yourself, because the right people are going to love the hell out of it. I can tell you that much. Like, this is very beautiful energy. And if someone doesn't like it, then they can kiss. That is supposed to come out. Turn knowledge into wisdom. I knew that one was supposed to come out. So we have the wolf spirit here. Very instinctual. Instinctive. What the flip is going on with you guys? Okay, fine. Go out. What are you? This is hilarious because it says seahorse spirit and it says watch and wait in reverse. And I think it's literally trying to tell you guys, quit waiting around and just do it already. Quit watching and waiting for other people's response to how you act, and just do what the hell you want. Because with the three, you're very creative, and with this five, you're really like, these fives are both reversed. You're really wanting freedom and you're feeling held back. You're holding yourself back. Just let it out. Let it come out. Let it just shine on people right now, because there's no reason to feel like you need to dim your light. And if you feel like you need to because of the people you're around, they're not the right people for you. And especially having the 5 and 3 making the 8, it's like going to feel like a lot of hard work for you to really push yourself out of that comfort zone and just let yourself be yourself wherever you are, because it's going to seem really daunting, but it's going to be so worth it, because by doing that, you're going to gain all this knowledge here. And you see, this knowledge is tying right back to this higher learning. You are learning through letting yourself shine who is in your circle, who is in like your corner, like who is there for you, who understands you, who respects your energy and your boundaries. You're learning all this stuff and you're turning it into wisdom to use for bettering yourself, as well as stepping into your power, which is really important here, especially since you have the 6 and the 7, like that loving energy for yourself as well as the introspective energy of the 7. So it's like really like doing that deep dive, and it also reduces to a 4, which is that foundation, which you're building your foundation of wisdom from the knowledge of showing who you are to the world. Yeah, groundhog spirit, time to let go, and it's a 3-1-4. Like like I was saying, if people are not like loving you for your spirit and the light that you bring, it's time to let them go, because you're too creative, you're too much of a fiery spirit to sit here and let people dim you. And there's no reason for it. Like, your foundation comes from being who you are, and if you're pushing that away, you're pushing away like the stability that you can have so easily by just allowing the honest you to be a part of everything. So we're going to go into the tarot now and see what specifics we have for this week. Oh, well, okay, fine. Let the shit go. We're just gonna start off with let the shit go. But this cycle's coming to completion. This thing where you've been lugging around all these jugs and shit, and it's been going like so slow. It's coming to completion. You don't need to carry these burdens anymore. Like, holding your light inside has been a burden, and releasing that, completing this karma that you feel where you couldn't express yourself, is coming to an end. Yeah, look at this right here with the Nine of Voices. This is the Nine of Swords. There's so much wrapped up mentally, the anxiety, the feeling of, can I really let like who I really am show? Like, am I safe? It's like, and you guys have the Muse of Materials too. Like, don't block yourself up with this energy. Like, step into your light so you can get this abundance here. Because having this depression and anxiety, like, look at this. Like, they're saying leave this shit. Like, just leave it. Like, walk off and leave it in the freaking behind over. Look at this. See, here's the split. Do you want this? Well, drop this and go to this. Like, literally, is what it's saying. Like, because here we have like all these burdens in this cycle that just wants to be complete, and all this anxiety and this worry and just feeling so closed off from everyone and losing sleep over it. And it's like you don't feel like you can really be yourself with anybody. And then it's like, but I want this. Well, to get this, drop the shit, say bye. Like, you know, like your thing that you got, oh, and bitch, bye. Say bye and move towards this beautiful light, this open cosmos over here, and have this fulfillment, like this ultimate emotional fulfillment, and open yourself spiritually, emotionally. It'll cleanse all this mental anguish away with these waters. It's like you're going to allow yourself to finally open up, and by sharing this, you're healing yourself and also those around you. It's an overflowing cup of healing. You naturally are people's medicine by being yourself. And I think that's what that double mission was trying to say, is that your mission is to be yourself, because in being yourself, you're doing your other mission by just being a light, you heal others. So don't feel like that any small thing you do isn't important. By making that random person smile with a compliment, it was so, you don't know what that did to their day. Maybe you stopped them, like, I know this is dark, but from committing suicide. Like, you don't know the kind of effect you have on people just by allowing yourself to say what's on your mind and be open and honest and give the compliments and share the laughter and try to bring smile to people's faces. It's like, it's almost making me want to tear up, because by doing this, you're doing such a service to other people, and at the same time, you're healing yourself because you're able to just be yourself. And that's really beautiful. And to be able to walk into that this week and know that if you're really steadfast on doing this and really pushing it this week, it's almost like you're doing a springboard, a big springboard for being who you are without any apologies. And I could see that really happening at the Aries full moon, because that energy will just come straight down. And if you already have yourself collected and you've moved on and you know yourself, there's no way you can get rattled. It's like your stuff's already coming in and you don't care. You're just like, whatever, because I'm good as gold right now. I am golden. I'm light. Boom. Bye, bitch. Like, it's like I'm all good to go. So, like, that's beautiful. But literally, it's like trusting yourself and knowing that you can be yourself all the time, no matter who you're around. Like, it's scary as hell, because when you hide certain aspects of yourself and you finally start showing them, it's like the judgment comes up and it just gets so scary. But if you can push through that and do that, you're going to be so rewarded for it. And let's see what the last cards have for my moss agate pile. Oh, you guys got look at this where it shows up to allow yourself to let it go. Allow it, and then it's like don't fight the flow. Don't fight it. Allow it to happen. Know that by being yourself, like allow it. House of self. Be yourself. Look at this. I can't make this shit up. House of self. You need to be yourself. What you show the world needs to be you. It needs to be you. You need to just go with the flow and be you. That's it. Sun, being self. I'm done. I'm freaking done with this. Oh my gosh. Like, I don't even know how to feel about this right now. Like, this reading itself, with the energy I feel, I had chills the whole reading. This reading is so special because this is needed right now with the way everything is. And I'm not just saying pandemic wise, I'm saying everyone's energy. Like, people like this are needed so bad right now because light needs to be brought so people can heal. And it's like the only thing you guys need to do is just allow yourself to be who you are and flow with it, and everything will just come to you guys because you deserve it for doing this for other people. And I'm knocking the camera, I'm so sorry. But just this right here showing with the sun, be yourself, like in Aladdin, be yourself, like like this kind of thing. Like, seriously, like this is beautiful. And like I was saying, with this new moon, because it's gonna, not new moon, with the full moon, like this again is really making me feel like this energy of stepping the first is the full moon. Like, literally, I really wish these people would quit spamming that freaking followers thing. I don't care. But seriously, with this energy, like, just allow the light to come out and don't be afraid. Don't block the flow of your light. Just allow it to happen, and it's so beautiful. And I'm going to show you guys the bottom of the deck, which this one's very interesting because we have lost lands, soul memories, and gifts. You've done this before, so I'm not sure what your south node is, but that's going to be your natural gifts you've come in here. No, come into this life with. Woo! But it's going to be, you're getting your soul memories back. By being yourself, you're going to just naturally exude this healing energy without really trying to, because you've already been a healer before. You've already healed with your light before. It's your natural state. So by holding it, it is a burden. By closing it off, like, you're closing off your natural abilities and who you are at your soul. And your south node is in Aries. Dude, this freaking, you're gonna be having like the time of your life at this freaking full moon. Like, seriously, if you really let this go and do the work you need to do this week and just let this out, like, oh, and you're gonna be in a really beautiful place at this full moon. And then this right here is very interesting because we have Porcupine Spirit for the bottom of the deck, which is time for a beginner mind for the overall. But the thing is, it's reversed, and it's trying to tell you, you don't need to start from scratch. This is gifts you have. You've already done this. You need to tap into it. You need to be yourself, and you need to be in the energy of knowing that the hard work is creating your foundation to bring you back to yourself and allowing you to be creative and expressive and just give that to others without even trying. And they're really pushing you to let go of the people that are holding you back from doing this. Let the faulty bullshit go. Like, whoever does not agree with these lights that are trying to come out and shine everywhere, just drop them. Drop them like this little debris that's falling off the bottom of this card right here. See it? like this debris shit down here, like just let it go and like bust off because you don't need it. And then this right here with Uranus, it says revolution. Don't fight your internal revolution, your internal transformation. Let it come out and let your light and your healing be the revolution that it needs to be. Don't block it. Allow it to happen because it's just waiting for you. And to be honest, like, I want to see it. Shit. Like, I'm going to be a little upset if you guys aren't doing this too because this is really beautiful. And let's look up the moss agate and see its meaning for you guys. So, it encourages tranquility and emotional balance. Perfect stone for those who experience strong aggression and overly nurturing emotions, helping to balance male and female energies whenever they become too extreme. And it is associated with the heart chakra. It regulates interaction with the external world, and controls what we embrace and what we resist. And it gives us balancing ability to be ourselves within the environment. And it's excellent for rebalancing, harmonizing body, mind, and spirit. It cleanses and stabilizes, and it eliminates and transforms negative energy, and enhances mental function, improving concentration, perception, and analytical abilities as well. And since it's agate, it's also very earthy and good for grounding. All agates are good for that. Like they have the natural agate properties. Moss agate just has those extra added properties as well. But that is a very beautiful reading. My moss agates, you better get out there and shine your light and let your free flag fly and do whatever else you got to do to get out of that energy where you don't think you can show it. Owen, I swear, like every time I said, "Oh wow, that one was hiding." Okay, you guys saw that, right? I'm not the only one that saw that come out of nowhere, right? So, 2, Antelope Spirit, life is speeding up. And Lizard Spirit, dream the world into being, with 3 and 8, with the creativity and the hard work and success, and the spiritual number of 11. You guys need to do this now. Like, it's just happening. It's happening right now. Like, there. How about that? This one way to make me sit there and stare and wonder, like, I mean, seriously. Everybody else saw that, right? I'm not freaking losing my mind here that 2 cards are randomly in my hand out of nowhere. But, yeah. My, moss agate pile. Seriously, beautiful energy. And really go for that. So, my last little cutesy pile over here, my grape agates. So, did anyone choose the little grape agate pile? Ooh! Okay, I'm gonna put that one here and see what happens because that literally jumped at me. But I don't know how I feel about that yet. I don't know about the energy. It's weird. Wow. Okay. Okay, this pile is just a jumper pile. Like what the Okay. This grape agate. I just Yeah, okay. I'm keeping it after seeing that bottom of the deck. So this one, the one from pile 3 was the jumper that flew out at me while I just picked up the pile. So we're gonna off the side with that one. And we're gonna see what these jumpers are. Wow. Dang, okay. This is some very this is very deep here. Like we're just gonna keep that first jumper right there. I'm gonna go over these first. So we've already seen the double mission one from the first one with the pretty gold makeup, serve the world by being you. This is different. This being you is a lot different. Um, this group has a very deep healing aura that comes from pain that has been experienced. And it's almost like using the pain and transmuting it into this healing and this understanding so you can help others walk the path that you've been through easier. It's almost like bringing in this mothering, nurturing love to help others. And it's learning to listen to your intuition before you understand what it's trying to tell you. It's like just acting on it. Like it doesn't make sense what it's trying to tell you to do, but just learning that as soon as you hear it to just step on it and do it. And it's this week, since it's dealing with this week's energies, it's starting to do that slowly. It's like taking the baby steps, the little steps at a time to learn that, because this energy is growing. And this is going to be a week of a lot of physical and emotional healing. Because while you're going through this healing process, what's happening is you're learning to transmute all of this healing energy into this wisdom to create almost a door for other people to be able to walk through by guiding them from your own experience. And it's almost like this beautiful heart space you have where you want to help others and help them understand themselves, and you really want to devote yourself to this kind of work. You really want to almost be that blessing in people's lives that helps them realize that they can keep going, that they can heal, that they can get through this. And it's such a powerful energy. It's almost like wanting to be the angel for people that feel like they don't have any angels. And in order to do that, you have to learn by starting small. You can't force all of this at once. You might have this calling to feel like you need to do it all now, but it's not something you can just jump right into without doing your own healing. And the way you start is by healing yourself, which this week is starting the initiation, the baby steps, the little things that you need to take so that way you can start moving into this energy. because if you go too fast, not only will you hurt yourself, but you can hurt others because you have unhealed trauma and you haven't processed it correctly. So I'm going to go ahead and move these as far up as I can for the other cards to come out. But let's see what the animal spirits have to say. I swear, if this whole pile is jumpers. Okay, this one. Yeah, because, oh my. I don't understand the appeal of loud ass motorcycles. I just don't. But, with this starfish spirit, it's saying open to infinite possibilities, and it being reversed, it's almost saying like you need to quit feeling like you can't do these things because it's not all happening right now. It's like you have the energy of wanting to be able to put all this healing out there. You want to be able to rebel against all these rules that have been placed on you. And what's happening is it's almost creating this sense of you're being blocked into this box, when in reality you're never alone. And with this otter spirit. But like with this feminine energy coming out with this, it's like there's this fortitude and this creation and like this safety, like I was saying, coming from this trauma, this healing that comes from you healing yourself and healing the dark wounded feminine energy, and being able to create from that space this beautiful healing that you can bring out and give to other people. You're actually going to be able to realize that you aren't trapped. Yeah, look at this coming out too. Be peace, the dove spirit. It's like bringing peace to other people who are just, I mean, this is such beautiful, pure energy, but you have to be kinder to yourself. You have to realize that if you don't learn how to heal your traumas and how to put up boundaries to protect your own energy, you can end up really hurting yourself by just giving so freely. Because when you want to give this much, you can really end up hurting yourself when you don't know how to hold back something for yourself. It's almost like emptying your life energy into other people and not keeping anything, and then you just get sick. Yeah, see? Snake spirit, it's time to heal. Like, you guys, this week, as much as you want to do this, and you can probably feel it, like you're awakening to these things and feeling like, this is what I'm supposed to do. This week is supposed to be for your healing. It isn't supposed to be for you jumping out and healing other people. You need to do your healing first. And as much as, like, these fives keep coming up, as much as you want this freedom, the only way you're going to get the freedom is if you heal yourself from what's holding you back first, because that's actually blocking off extra space you can have to hold love. So let's see what the tarot has. No, you guys, Pile is trying to have all these freaking jumpers. I'm not having half the deck fall out. And that one just straight up fell out the thing. Okay. Yeah, seriously. It's like the first thing I heard since this one just fell straight out is like slow your roll. Like this feeling that you need to like go, 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 go now. Like you need to take time for introspection. Like you really need to do a deep dive of introspection. See, look, even the chariot's reversed. It's saying slow down, stop. Like quit trying to push your energy out when you need to be going inward. See, all this reversals inward, inward, not outward. This energy, you guys want to help so much, but you need to help yourself first. You need to realize there's this beautiful energy here of realizing there's all these opportunities and there's all these things that you can do, and you're so happy and your heart space is opening up and you're excited to do it, and you're finally coming out of this feeling that you're not on your own anymore. There's people that believe in you and they feel like you can really do these things, and you're starting to believe in yourself. But at the same time, you're forgetting that you need to do the work for yourself. You can't just go and give to other people and not give to yourself. Like you need to pause for a moment and really stop and think, have I done everything I need to do for myself to be able to be physically and emotionally available for other people? Because if you haven't, it's really going to drain you very quickly and you're going to feel like you're a failure. Your physical energy, you will easily expend your physical energy if